What's going on, everybody? This is Rod on the road, signing on once again. Hope everybody's doing well and prospering. I'm at a location. I know earlier I spoke of the video previous to this one. I spoke of safety and about the weird knock that I had. That's when I'm near urban areas. Of course, safety in urban areas it's something that's on your mind, of course, and it should be. But what about safety in rural areas? And rural areas, personally, to me, seem quite a bit safer. And that's because of, it's sparsely populated. You don't have as many people concentrated in one area and all the effects that go along with being in an urban area. But rural area, on the other hand, it's just you primarily and our friends right here. We have, I don't want to get too close, his girlfriend's right there, and he's giving me the stare down. He looks like about an 8 point, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't want no problem from him, so I'm going to bag off. He ain't bagging down, so I'm going to bag down. Now, as you can see, he's not bagging down. So wildlife, you don't really want to, they could be a dangerous whale. I don't know if that'll be a topic for me one day. As long as his girlfriend's there, he's going to stand his ground and protect her. And I don't want to end up on the opposite end of those antlers. So I'm going to bag down. Let me see, can I get a... No, I'm not going to try to mess with the camera. Hopefully y'all can see it. But in a rural area like this, it's fun. But I got some tips I wanted to go over. I got some notes again about limiting yourself as far as shopping is concerned in those areas, in those urban areas. Shopping, I try not to shop at night. I try to get all my items in the daytime where it can be, I try to get all my items in the daytime. I keep my eye on this guy. In the daytime, I try to get my items and be in by night. That's if I'm traveling, especially in areas that I'm not familiar with. Please forgive me if I keep an eye on this guy. But he's beautiful, by the way. He's a young buck, so he's probably full of the... I don't know if deer have testosterone. I know they have something similar, but like I said, I try to get all my items in the daytime. Then at night, I kind of shut myself in and I'm sealed off. If I have to come out at night, I try to park close to the storefront where I don't have any problems. Being in a van, you can do that. Being in a big RV, you probably can't do that. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. It's just a tip, you don't have to do it, but it's something that I recommend, Another thing, it's your responsibility. Your safety is your responsibility as well. I always keep that in mind. And, I'm in an area right now where I'm kind of just passing the time right now. It's no biggie. I wanted to do some weekday videos as well. And those weekday videos will consist of me primarily just what goes on in the week. I rarely do weekday videos. And to be honest with you, some of those videos are weekday videos. And but I don't specify the day, and I rarely specify the area I'm in because sometimes I'm not passing through. Sometimes I stay a week or so, a month, So keep that in mind. I don't know if y'all the YouTubers out there that's up and coming, or even established YouTubers, y'all know this as well. Giving your location sometimes ain't a good idea. I get messages that are not so friendly sometimes, so don't ask me why. Just the way people are. I'm gonna be doing some photos and some on Facebook. Go to RamonReddick.com. I'm gonna be doing some um, photos of things I buy through the week as far as eating and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be just taking photos and stuff like that. Like I did a little grocery store haul, for lack of better words, grocery shopping. I'm very generalized on the items I buy. They're kind of the same thing over and over, and that's what I enjoy. There's not a whole lot of variety, but I do mix up. The meals are mixed, seasoned differently. It might be the same thing, but a lot of turkey, a lot of chicken. As you can see, it's cloudy. Clouds just follow me everywhere I go. Let me tell you something that happened. Last week, I had an incident where and as you can see, last week I had an incident where I went to crank the van and it did not crank. Now, this is a fear for many travelers. This fear is the fear of breaking down on the road. You break down on the road, what do? Some of these locations we go to are remote. Some of these locations have no cell phone signal. Some of these places, there's no one in sight for help. Maybe 1, 2, 3 days at a time, some more than that. So, what do? Of course, I got some tips for that. Since I've been through that, the first thing you do is stay calm. Don't panic. It's not going to help you at all. And staying calm, you might have to practice on that because it's kind of a learned thing. Some people have it naturally, but a lot of people don't. You want to stay calm. You want to assess your situation. Is this a vital situation as far as the vehicle is concerned? Checking the oil, the transmission, fluid. Look for obvious signs of the problem. If you don't see any obvious signs of the problem, being if it's mechanical, motor-wise, it's all mechanical. You just want to do the best you can. That's really all you can do. Do the best you can as far as the knowledge of minor repairs on the road, changing flat tires. I recommend an air pump, and I don't recommend a cheap one. I recommend a decent air pump. That can really inflate. A van tire is pretty big. RV tire is really big. I recommend a patch kit. Learning how to do your own patches. Plugs. If you have a nail or something like that, a puncture object in the tread, you can take some wire pliers or vice grips. I recommend vice grips. Yank that out. Or pliers or some small crowbar sometime do it. It's not going to hurt you to carry these things. Yank that out. Plug it. And there's many YouTubes on how to plug tires. Many YouTube videos on how to plug tires. Educate yourself. You can plug that tire and air it up and be on your way within 30 minutes versus a whole day because you have a flat tire. Or the spare. Your spare can't catch a flat. Check your spares. Make sure they have air in them. I've heard of people having 2 flats. So you got all kind of situations. You got to try to just be prepared for the most you can. Do the best you can. Okay, that's with the flat tires. Also, an issue with my van is I noticed that every now and then my rotor button burns out. And I don't know what's causing it. It happens about every 6 to 12 months, like once a year. So there's an internal problem in my electrical system. I can't figure out what it is. I don't know if I have a crack in my distributor housing. I'm going to replace it. I don't know. But I might be speaking Chinese to some of y'all, but educate yourselves on the mechanics going under that hood. It's going to help you out quite a bit. And I also do recommend those roadside assistance services. I don't know what's the best one, being since I don't have it, but I do plan on getting it. And that's weird. I hadn't had it in this long, and I've been fine, but I do plan on getting it. AAA. I don't know. I hear a lot about AAA. Camping World has one that seems pretty good. The lady beat me over the head about not getting it when I was there. the last time I was near one. I was there. Uh, those things will help quite a bit. They're not that much per month, and they'll come get you off the side of the highway. That's the first thing, and that's paramount. You don't want to be sitting on the side of that highway. I absolutely do not recommend sitting on the side of the highway. Get off the highway. It's a very dangerous place. Truckers can fall asleep. Vehicles can malfunction. People driving vehicles can fall asleep. It is the most dangerous place to hang out on the side of the highway. It's not for hanging out. So do everything in your power to get off the side of the highway, and roadside assistance can do that for you no matter where you're at in the lower 48. I think yeah, so you definitely want to look into that. Let me check my notes again. Okay. Yep. That's pretty much it. Safety on the road, definitely. Breakdowns, that's really what this video was about, breaking down on the road. Get yourself a tool set. You need a tool set. Man, woman, a good jack, a good tool set, some basic know-hows of the mechanics of that vehicle you're driving, engine, drivetrain, all that stuff. You definitely want to know about that stuff. Antifreeze, coolant leaks, stuff like that. You want to carry spare water, spare antifreeze. I even got spare hoses. I got a spare lower radiator hose. I replaced the upper radiator hose. I don't think I'm gonna carry a spare, but there are ways of patching those holes, but I don't really know a lot about that. But holes are something that happen. My upper radiator hose sprung a leak one time. It was steaming, and I noticed it. And guess what? I just so happen to have a spare upper radiator hose. That's why I don't have a spare now, because I used it and I never got another one. I figured it was brand new and it lasts a while. But spare hoses, patches, plug kit, even that slime, if it'll get you offside the highway. You might ruin your tire in the long run, but you just want to be offside of that highway. Roadside assistance, tool kit, good jack, spotlight if it happens at night, rain jacket. All those things, you just want to do your research. I might compile a list of things that can help. With those roadside breakdowns, which is a definite fear that I have. I use fear for a lack of better words. I guess you would categorize it as a fear, so. In myself, personally, I do not have the best jack. I need to reinvest in a good vehicle jack. The jack I have it's just not a good jack. It's a bottle jack, and it's old, and it doesn't go up half the time, and the handle's broken, and I know better, and I'm beating myself up for not having a good jack. A good floor jack would be sufficient, even though you don't have the room. A good floor jack would be sufficient. I met some guys yesterday, and I didn't even tell them about the YouTube channel. These guys were all American guys, man. They had they had the red, white, and blue shirts, and they were in love with the van. They wanted to take pictures of it, so I let them take a lot of photographs. They want to replicate that. They have a van too, both of them. They want to replicate that back deal I got. They said they don't want to pull a trailer, and they have I think a Harley Roadster, and and he wants to pull it, but he don't want to pull a trailer. And he wants to rig some kind of configuration on the back. And I told him they have motorcycle hitches with a good bumper hitch. a good frame hitch. They got those ramp hitches, and they travel together. So one guy wants to replicate that to exact, because he has a bicycle, and the other guy wants to just haul his motorcycle. So they took tons of pictures, and they're going to get some advice. And I didn't even tell them about the YouTube channel. Well, this guy's dipping his head over here. I don't want no problem. Oh, he's eating. He's grazing. But yeah, definitely that. I'm gonna compile a list. I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, marker lights. Marker lights to identify when you broke down. Some kind of a flashing light outside of your factory blinking emergency lights. I recommend something else. I don't know if you can get roadside flares. I don't know if you're traveling with those, what's the shelf life on those. Definitely something else that's going to alert people that you're broke down. Even cones of some sort. I don't know, something bright. You know, at night you want something bright because sitting there with your flashes on, you run your battery down. Then you got another problem. You don't want to add problem to problems. That's definitely a no, no, no. And I need to invest on some kind of blinking marker lights myself, or reflective lights or something, you know, because that's something that's been on my mind. Because you don't want to have to, you know, breakdowns happen. It's just a part of this traveling stuff. You're gonna have a breakdown. I know, you know, if you do it long enough, it's gonna happen. You know, you don't want it to happen, but you want to prepare for it. And I hope it doesn't happen. But I say prepare for it in case it does happen. Back to when you're in a remote location in the middle of nowhere, man, you kind of just got to go for your gusto because there's no help. There's no way to contact help. And if you're moving around so much, you tend not to even let people know where you are because going from place to place, I mean, how can you let people know where you are when you're moving around so much? You know what I mean? My Facebook family and YouTube family, y'all know where I'm at. That's, you know, of course I have very close family members that also follow where I'm at too, so that's important. Thank you. But that's pretty much it. Flares, blinkers, you know, aftermarket blinkers outside of your vehicles, emergency blinkers, toolkit, paramount. Learn how to use the toolkit, know what the tools are, educate yourself. Good decent jack, spare hoses, and I know y'all know more things. Feel free to say it in the comment section, please. Thank you so much. Good wiper blades. I mean, just have all that stuff under control. You know, because you want to see. I got extra lights on the front of mine because a lot of y'all know when y'all get out on that open highway, it can get extremely dark on some of those roads, and if it's raining and foggy at the same time. And those lines can depend on the road crew in that area. If they keep their roads up, you never know. Those lines can almost disappear. So you want to keep that front windshield clear and good wipers. And also, I got some lower factory aftermarket lights just for those to light on that road, to lighten up those lines so I can see them. You don't want to be swerving all over the place. And I've been there before. And I got to hook those up if they still work. If they don't work, I'm going to get some more. Some LEDs definitely I'll get. If these don't work, if these work, I'm gonna just roll with these. But if these don't work, I'm getting some LED ones and put on the bottom. I recommend that as well. For those of y'all who can't see and wear glasses, of course these cell phones and computers are ruining our eyes. My vision is not as good as it used to be, even though it's still great. So that's pretty much it for this video. I don't want to go overboard. I don't know what time it is. I'm gonna try to get some things done today. I got some stuff to work on the inside as far as electrical is concerned and my batteries. And I'm also going to try to break the drill out. I'm going to drill some more holes in the bumper up there for a emergency tow chain. I got a good safety strap, but I'm going to carry a chain as well. Don't ask me why. I've been doing research on the overland. I've been all on the overland pages and stuff, and they got some reasons for chains. So pretty much it. Y'all stay safe out there, YouTube. We're gonna get some more tips and some more advice coming. In that comment section, leave comments on what you recommend carry for emergencies. This is Rod on the road signing off. I got the van over there. It's all posted up, and I haven't seen anyone. Okay, y'all. Stay safe out there, YouTube. Peace. Hit that like and subscribe button and share this video. We will see you next time. Adios. Oh yeah. God bless America.